From its massive, game-changing role in popularizing live streaming to the countless controversies that have dogged it in the years since, Twitch's history has been a real roller coaster ride. And it turns out that things are just gonna get more chaotic from here on out, cause the CEO of Twitch just decided to quit his job. That's right, Emmett Shear just called it quits. And I can't imagine what this means for the future of the company. But wait a minute, why would anyone let go of such a high-profile job? I mean, even if you ignore the massive salary and benefits package he must have gotten, being the CEO of a company like Twitch would be a dream come true for most people. But as it so happens, Shear actually had a pretty solid reason for parting ways with the company. He just had his first child, and he wants to focus on being a parent. That's the sort of thing that can make you adjust all your priorities in life, and I have to give it to Shear. He clearly seems like he knows what's truly important. But of course, Twitch is technically Shear's baby too, cause he's been with the company since the very start. He helped revolutionize live streaming and turned Twitch into one of YouTube's biggest competitors. Not to mention launching a whole new race among major content platforms that had to catch up. It's hard to imagine Twitch without Shear. That'd be like Apple without Steve Jobs. Although Apple seems to be doing just fine with Tim Cook at the helm. Could Twitch manage to navigate these treacherous waters as well? It all depends on how his replacement is going to handle things.
It's our responsibility and honor to help you do whatever it is that you do best. And our biggest job is to make your job easier.
Dan Clancy's going to be the new CEO of Twitch. He comes in with some solid credentials, having worked at companies like Google and NASA in the past. But the thing is, neither of those companies have anything to do with live streaming, especially NASA. I'm sure Clancy's competent. He's already been serving as the president of the company, and he'd never have gotten the job in the first place if he wasn't up to the task. But despite all that, there are a few things working against him. For starters, he's a fairly recent addition to the Twitch team, only joining the company back in 2019. Shear's still going to be there in an advisory capacity, but Clancy's role as CEO means that the day-to-day operations of the company will be his burden to bear. I, for one, don't envy the guy, cause Twitch has had its fair share of problems in the past. As Twitch has grown, so too have its controversies. And I'm not just talking about dumb streamers trying to be edgy either. Nope, I'm talking major issues that could pose an existential threat to the platform. Perhaps the biggest problem of all has to do with gambling. A bunch of creators on Twitch have been putting up gambling streams, and this has led many to criticize the platform for allowing it, cause the people watching these streams look up to these creators, and it's easy to see how they could be influenced into giving gambling a try. That's not necessarily a bad thing.
We should record this and share it. But rather than like normal people just like starting a podcast, we took it further and we said, well, we should just record all of our conversations 24/7 and then like use that as the basis. And then we thought, oh, we should just stream it all live. And what if we added video?
But there's a clear conflict of interest at play here. These streamers are getting paid to gamble, so even if they lose a ton of cash, they'll earn more than enough to make up for it. The same can't be said for their impressionable viewers though. Now, to be fair, Twitch did ban luck-based gambling on streams back in October, but people still feel like they didn't go far enough. And that's just the tip of the iceberg as far as Twitch's woes are concerned. Tons of creators have a huge problem with Twitch's new revenue split. Streamers on the platform are still going to get a 70% cut of the first 100 grand, and that's pretty solid all things considered. But things start to get a little weird once their revenue crosses the $100,000 mark, cause every penny over that threshold will be split 50-50. And to make matters worse, Clancy himself was the one that announced this change, and he bore the brunt of the controversies that it brought. He's gonna have his work cut out for him if he wants to fix the mess he created, let alone push the platform forward into newer, better territory. Look, I get it. Twitch is a profit-making company, so they're gonna have to maximize revenues wherever they can. But this whole approach simply can't be sustainable in the long run. Massive streamers are already starting to abandon the platform, and I really don't blame them. Live streaming might look easy, but there's hours of hard work that gets put into it behind the scenes. is, streamers aren't just chilling out and cashing their checks. They work harder than maybe any other type of content creator, and they deserve to be paid fairly. Cause at the end of the day, people don't come to Twitch for the platform, they come for the creators. And the company won't be able to last long if it keeps alienating talent like this. Big name creators like Ali Myth Kabani, Jack Courage JD Dunlop, and of course, Rachel Valkyrie Hofstetter have all left Twitch for YouTube, which makes sense, cause unlike Twitch, YouTube gives streamers a flat 70% cut with no compromises. Is it any surprise that streamers would prefer YouTube to Twitch given all of that? Company assets turning coat and working for the competitor is a major issue. How Clancy handles this could be crucial to Twitch's future.
Anywhere that you play video games and have a video gaming experience, we want to enable you to share that.
The problem is, he's directly responsible for this whole fiasco. So can the company really depend on him to get things back in shape? Twitch is all about the community, but the community's starting to fracture, and no one seems to know what to do about it. Between the controversial changes to revenue splitting, coupled with the gross mishandling of TwitchCon's masking policy, the very thing that brings people to Twitch, namely that sense of community, is starting to fade away. To top it all off, people just don't feel safe on the platform anymore. Can anyone even count the number of streamers that have been doxxed or swatted? And of course, there's the ever-present dangers of child predation that the platform just hasn't been able to get rid of. These are not the kind of problems that you can fix in one fell swoop. It requires long-term thinking and a commitment to the organization. Is 3 years really enough time to help Clancy fill Shear's shoes, especially given he's already made things worse in the brief time he's been there? Besides, some of Twitch's biggest problems aren't even internal. Competitors like TikTok and YouTube are already giving Twitch a run for its money. The platform did a great job of capitalizing on the live streaming trend, but now it's just another facet of the internet. The next big thing isn't live streaming, it's short-form video, and Twitch is woefully unprepared to handle the heat. Adding any type of short-form content will be massively controversial, but at the same time, it's hard to see how Twitch can survive when so many users are flocking to TikTok. YouTube's somehow managed to stay afloat thanks to its new Shorts section, but that's just not the sort of thing Twitch can measure up to. What the company needs more than anything else is a careful, calculated strategy, one that will restore a sense of safety and community, and also give the backbone of the platform, namely its creators, their fair share. Will Dan Clancy rise to the challenge? Only time will tell. For now, I'll just watch as many streams as I can, cause there's no way to know if Twitch will even be around a few years from now. That's it from me on how Twitch might change now that its CEO has stepped down.